Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to discuss about move zeros problem. Here the question is given an integer array nums, move all zeros to the end of it while maintaining the relative order of the non-zero elements. Note that you must do this in place without making a copy of the array. So here in the nums array, we need to move all the zeros to the end and maintaining the relative order of the non-zero elements. Let's go through the example. In the example 1, nums array is having 0, 1, 0, 3, 12 and the output is 1, 3, 12, 0, 0. So move the zeros to the end and maintain the order for non-zero elements. So this is the output and let's go through the example 2. In the example 2, nums array is having only single element that is 0. That's why output is 0. So let's understand the possible approaches to solve this problem. First approach to solve this problem is brute force approach. In the brute force approach, first we will traverse through the nums array and copy the non-zero elements first and then append the zeros at the end. Let's say here I am taking nums1 array. So in this array, while traversing through the nums array, so first we found out 1 is the non-zero element, insert that element, after that 3, after that 12 is the non-zero, and then append zeros to the end. This is the expected output. But here with the brute force, one problem is in the question they mentioned you must do in the place without making a copy of the array. So that's why brute force approach is not suitable to solve this problem. Let's discuss about another approach. So our second approach is two pointer technique. In this technique, we are taking 2 pointers. One is non-zero pointer and 0 pointer. So here non-zero pointer is a slow pointer. It moves whenever non-zero element is appeared. And this is slow, and 0 pointer is a fast pointer. It traverses the whole array. To solve this problem, I'm using the original array only nums. So in the initial, our both slow pointer and fast pointer starts from 0th index. At 0th index, the element is 0. That's why fast pointer moves ahead. So now fast pointer is at first index. Now first index is having non-zero element. That's why we need to append the slow index, means non-zeroth index. Non-zero index currently it is having the 0. That's why we are appending the 1 at 0th index and we'll increment the non-zero pointer address. So now we'll increment the non-zero pointer index. So now non-zero pointer is at 1. Then now both are at 1. Now fast pointer will move, is at second index. So second index is having the value 0. That's why we don't increment the non-zero pointer. So we'll keep on incrementing the 0th pointer, which is now at a third index. Third index is having value 3. It is a non-zero element. That's why we are appending at the non-zeroth index position is 1. Here we are appending 3. After that, we'll increment the non-zero pointer to 2. These are all the indexes. So we'll increment 0 index as well. Now it is at 4. So now 4, we are having again non-zero element. So we need to append at non-zero index, which is 2. So 0, 1, 2. So here I'm appending 12 and then increment non-zero. Our 0th index is already at last. So now we are 2 indices left, 3 and 4, and we have 2 zeros. So we'll append at the end. So these modifications we are done in the nums array only. That's why we can say we don't use extra space. So it is still of 1 only. So this is the efficient approach. So let's code for this problem. So here I am taking one non-zero index, which is 0. 0 index equals to 0 and 0 index less than nums dot size 0 index plus plus. Now we need to check our 0th index having 0 element or not. Is not equals to 0. We need to assign element at nums of non-zero index. So here we are checking our nums of 0 index not equals to 0 means if this condition true means value is not a 0. That's why we are assigning the value in nums of non-zero index, which is nums of 0 index. And then we need to increment. In the end, non-zero index is less than a nums dot size. We need to assign zeros. Nums of non-zero index equal to 0. Now increment non-zero index. This is the solution. Let's try to run this code. Your typo mistakes. Yeah, our solution got accepted. Let's try to submit this one. Yeah, all test cases got passed. I hope you understood the problem clearly. If you have any doubt, please do let me know in the comment section. And thanks for watching.